Now we are learning about immunity. Till now we learned about innate immunity. And what is the second type of immunity? It is acquired immunity, isn't it? So acquired means adaptive immunity, which we got it. It's a resistance acquired by an individual during the lifetime. It is after birth. Whereas innate immunity is by birth we get it. This acquired immunity after birth we will be getting. Okay. And here also there are two types, main types: active immunity and passive immunity. In the acquired immunity, we are knowing the types of the acquired immunity. They are active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity is a resistance developed by an individual as a result of an antigen stimulus. It is adapted after the birth, and once it develops, it is long lasting. So the individual develops this immunity as a result of exposure to the antigen. This antigen will stimulate the immune response and causes the production of antibodies. In this way, this active immunity continues. Whereas passive immunity. In passive immunity, the meaning of passive immunity is ready-made immunity. It is a ready-made immunity. It means the resistance is transmitted uh, to the person passively by a recipient. Here, no antigen stimulus will be there, and this antibody is also produced somewhere in some person, outside the person, not in the body. So, these ready made antibodies are administered to the person, individual. So, that is passive immunity. Here, there is no antigen antibody reaction. Active antibody antigen reaction occurs in the body of an individual. So, for example, the people who nowadays this treatment is adopted for COVID-19 also, isn't it? Did you hear about this? In different states and different countries, this is adopted. And what is this passive immunity? The people, for example, who affected with the COVID-19 and who recovered from just COVID-19 have antibodies towards the COVID-19. So these antibodies which are present in the serum has to be taken, and they are transmitted to the persons who are suffering with the COVID-19, because those persons whose immunity is less and the viral load is more, the people are getting many complications with the COVID-19. So by giving the administrating these COVID-19 antibodies, the person viral load will be diluted and the virus will be killed. These antibodies will help the person to prevent the complications are affecting the um, disease side effects or disease complications. So, in this way, the passive immunity helps the person. And next, what is the mechanism of active immunity? We know this artificial acquired immunity is two types, no? Active immunity and passive immunity. About active immunity, we know now. Active immunity has a mechanism, how it works, and that is two types of mechanisms are there: humoral immunity and cell mediated immunity. Humoral means a body fluid. The name has given to it uh, because it involves the substances formed in the humors. Humors are nothing but body fluids. So, first let us know the formation of B cells and T cells which are involved in the humoral immunity. Did you see the picture? It in your NF book also. Here we can see the B cells and T cells. They are the lymphocytic cells, isn't it? So, both develop in the stem cells of the bone marrow. But immature T cells will go to the thymus gland and they they matured and activated T cells. They become as an activated T cells. Whereas these B cells they matured in the bone marrow itself. After the maturity, the B cells and T cells are liberated into the circulation. And these both cells acquire several surface proteins on their surface. They get some special proteins which gives the immune response. The mature B cells migrate from the bone marrow, and they will go to the lymph nodes and liberated into the lymphatic circulation. So, did you understand how the B cells matured and how the T cells, lymphocyte cells are maturing, how they are forming? In the humoral immunity, these two takes an active part. See in this diagram, you are learning about the immune system. Immune system means what are the organs which are involved in the immune mechanism. Did you see the lymph nodes? Where are they? They are at the neck, at the axilla, and at the thighs, isn't it? And the appendix, the place where the small intestine and large intestine meet, that is the appendix. And next, bone marrow, especially the femur bone marrow. The B cells and T cells are produced. And next you can see the thymus gland in the chest near the thyroid gland, isn't it? Here the T cells, immature T cells from the bone marrow reaches the thymus gland and there they matured, isn't it? So next spleen and the Peyer's patch in the abdomen. These are all the different types of organs which participate in the immune system. Humoral response is defined as the interaction between the antigen and antibody. When B cells encountered the antigen is bound to the receptors and taken inside. So the antigens taken inside and they destroyed inside, and they liberate the destroyed particles of pathogen. And these pathogen destroyed particles act as an antigens and they come on the surface of that phagocytic cell, and then the antigen processed inside the B cells and present on the surface of B cells. Then the helper T cells comes and bind the complex, that antigenic complex, and they release the cytokine. Cytokine will induce the B cells to divide rapidly into non-identical B cells. Whenever the T cells come and have contact with the antigen, and they were activated, and when the activated are helper cells which come and contact with the B lymphocyte cells, and these cells causes mitosis and they will divide into identical cells. Those cells are called daughter cells. They became plasma cells. Some became plasma cells, and some will uh, become as in memory cells, and they are inactive. Memory cells are inactive. The memory cell became inactive, and they are useful in the period of reinfection. Whenever again the client gets the infection, these memory cells act on that cells, on the pathogens, and they destroy. And the plasma cells, which the B lymphocytes, which liberated into the plasma cells, they produce a number of antibodies, and those antibodies are, see, you can see the P, and P means plasma cells. From one cell you can see some antibodies. So those antibodies are liberated into the circulation. Now these antibodies will encounter the antigens and the pathogens and bind them, and next hinder their function. So they stimulate the yeah, and also they stimulate the macrophages and the killer cells to attack those pathogens and to destroy those pathogens. So this is the humoral immune response, otherwise called as antibody immune response. Cell mediated immunity means it does not involve the antibody formation, and the immune response does not involve antibodies. It is the activation of phagocytic cell. See in the picture, the phagocyte cell is activated, and it is engulfing the infected cell, isn't it? Whenever the infected cell is engulfed by the phagocytic cell, then immediately the antigens are produced. Those antigens we can see at the outer covering of the that mast cell. And what happens? What is the action of the antigen? Whenever the antigen is there, then it stimulates the immune response. So the antigens stimulates the immune response, and they causes the lymphoid tissue to release the T cells and B cells. You know, no? The matured B cells and T cells are preserved or stored in the lymphoid tissue. So, whenever the need comes, they are liberated. Here, the formation of antigen will stimulate the release of that matured cells from the lymphoid tissue. From the lymphoid tissue, they are liberated in the circulation. From the circulation, they will reach the site, and then there are two types of cells are there: helper cells and killer cells. And these T helper cells, whenever they attach with the complex of antigen on the tissue, then it immediately releases cytokines. Because of the cytokines, these cells will cause mitosis, and they form a different cells, same type of daughter cells. And these cells, with the help of the helper cells, T helper cells, the daughter cells which uh, are liberated in the circulation will uh, cause the stimulation of the killer cells, CD4 cell, CD8 cell. Killer cells are CD8 cells. So when the killer cells or CD8 cells will um, directly attack the invaded microorganism invaded cell, and they cause the death of the cells. And it is effective in the intracellular pathogenic uh, cases, and in the cancer cell cases, and in the fungal tissue, foreign tissue transplantation cases, this cell mediated immunity is acted. So the killer cells will kill the infested cell by the pathogens and causes the death of the cell, particular cell. With the cell, that antibodies are not antibodies, the pathogen is also damaged and destroyed. అర్థమైందా? ఇన్ఫెక్టెడ్ సెల్ ఎప్పుడైతే వస్తుందో వెంటనే ఫాగోసైటోసిస్ జరిగి ఫాగోసైటిక్ సెల్ ద ఇన్ఫెక్టెడ్ సెల్స్ని మింగేస్తుంది. మింగేయగానే ఆ ఇన్ఫెక్టెడ్ సెల్ డ్యామేజ్ అయిపోయి ఆ చిన్న పార్టికల్స్ మిగిలిపోతాయి. ఆ పార్టికల్స్ యాంటీజెన్ లాగా మ్యాస్ట్ సెల్ యొక్క పైభాగాన్ని వచ్చి చేరుతాయి. ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ యాంటీజెన్స్ అనేవి ఏర్పడతాయో ఇమ్మీడియట్గా ఇది ఇమ్యూన్ రెస్పాన్స్ని స్టిమ్యులేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎట్లా స్టిమ్యులేట్ చేస్తుంది అంటే లింఫాయిడ్ టిష్యూలో స్టోర్ అయినటువంటి టీ సెల్స్ అండ్ బి సెల్స్ని అది సర్క్యులేషన్లోకి లింఫాయిడ్ టిష్యూలోకి రిలీజ్ చేసి అక్కడ నుంచి సర్క్యులేషన్లోకి రిలీజ్ అయ్యేలాగా చేస్తుంది. దానిలో CD4 సెల్స్, CD8 సెల్స్ CD4 సెల్స్ ఆర్ హెల్పర్ టీ సెల్స్, CD8 సెల్స్ ఆర్ కిల్లర్ టీ సెల్స్. CD4 హెల్పర్ సెల్స్ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే ద కాంప్లెక్స్ యాంటీజెన్తో కలిసి సైటోకైన్స్ రిలీజ్ అయ్యి మైటాసిస్ జరిగిపోయి ఎన్నో సెల్స్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతాయి. ఈ సెల్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతాయో దే స్టిమ్యులేట్ ద కిల్లర్ సెల్స్ టు కిల్ ద ఇన్ఫెక్టెడ్ సెల్. సో ద CD8 cell or killer cell will kill the infected cell and causing the death of the cell, at the same time death of the pathogens. This is the cell mediated immunity. So with this we finish the immune response or mechanism of active immunity. Now we finish the mechanism of artificial immunity, isn't it? Now the types of artificial immunity. Here there are active immunity and passive immunity, two types are there. Among the each one again sub classification is there, that is natural and artificial. So now we see the active immunity and its subdivisions. Natural active immunity and artificial active immunity. In natural active immunity, it is acquired by natural subclinical or clinical exposure to the infections. Here the person is exposed, he got the disease and he exposed to the disease and exposed to the pathogens, and the inside the antibody antigen reaction taken place, and so the person got the natural immunity. The infection causes the natural production of the immune bodies in the body naturally. For example, if a person is suffered with the attack of measles, and what happens, he develops antibodies naturally by the exposure to that measles virus, and so the antibodies are produced, and the antibodies produced in the natural immunity, they are long lasting, so they will stay in the body for a long period, giving rise immunity to him. So this is the natural active immunity. Next, what is artificial active immunity? Artificial active immunity is resistance is induced by the vaccines. The vaccines are the preparations of live or killed microorganisms, and when they introduced or when given to a person, it causes the activation of immune response in the person. So, in that way, the active immunity takes place. But here we are artificially injecting the uh, microorganisms, or artificially injecting the organisms in a live stage, uh, or killed stage. In the natural active immunity, naturally, originally the antibodies, the pathogens are entering into the body and giving rise the immune response. Whereas in artificial active immunity, we are introducing the pathogens in a live form or killed form into the body to stimulate the immune response in the body, so that the person will develop an immunity against certain infections. So that is artificial active immunity. Artificial active immunity is nothing but by giving vaccinations. There are mainly four types of vaccines are there, and they are live vaccines, killed vaccines, combined vaccines, and toxoids are bacterial products. Live vaccine means the preparation containing live microorganisms but in an attenuated form. The virility will not be there. It means the disease producing capacity will not be there, but the pathogen is introduced into the body through vaccine. So it stimulates the immune response in the body and helps for the production of the antibodies against that particular disease, particular microorganism. So in that way the immunity is developed. It is artificially developed. So that is a live vaccine. For example, for live vaccine are BCG and polio also. Oral polio vaccine is a live vaccine. Next is the killed vaccine. Here in the killed vaccine, the vaccine is prepared by the inactivated microorganisms. Here also we are giving the microorganisms or pathogens through an injections. uh, we are injecting into the body, but those pathogens are killed ones. So as they are killed, they could not produce the disease, but they will stimulate the immunity response in the body. For example, cholera vaccine, rabies vaccine for rabies, influenza, and these are all the killed vaccines. And next, the combined vaccines. In the combined vaccines, a single vaccine is not there. More than two or three vaccines are given in a single dose. So it is a simple vaccine, and it is the administering also is a simple, and the administration at times are reduced here, and the number of pokes injections are also minimized as we are giving combinedly. So this is, in that way the combined vaccine is helpful. Did you give? Do you know the combined vaccine? The names of combined vaccines? Yes, DPT vaccine, MMR vaccine. Here, mumps, measles, rubella, MMR vaccine, three diseases vaccine is given, and DPT, diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus. So, three vaccines are given in a single dose. So, this is a combined vaccine. What is about toxoid vaccine? Certain microorganism produces certain toxins in the body, so causing the effect and showing the effect by the toxins. So these toxin producing bacteria, after they producing toxins. Thus, toxins are detoxified and they are given to the person to stimulate the immune response. So, the toxides are the detoxified bacterial products which are given as a vaccination. So, they are called as toxides. Toxides. For example, tetanus toxide and diphtheria. These are the examples for the toxides. So, this is about the types of vaccines, and these vaccines comes under artificial active immunity. Next is the passive immunity. This is another type of the acquired immunity. And in the passive immunity, there are two types: natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. Passive immunity means the resistance is transmitted passively to the recipient. It means there is no active antigenic reaction or antigenic stimulation. The preformed or prepared antibodies are given to the person, administered to the person, and the duration of this passive immunity is short life, short period only. So, the natural passive immunity means antibodies are transferred naturally from an immune mother to her baby through the placenta or through the colostrum. That is natural passive immunity. Here, they are not given from outside, but from mother. The baby is getting, which are prepared naturally in the mother. So that's why they called as natural preparation, because the antibodies already prepared in the mother are transferred to the baby through placenta or through colostrum. Usually, the natural passive immunity uh, developed are by transmission of IgG and IgM. Next, this artificial passive immunity. Artificial passive immunity means here also the ready-made antibodies are administered to the person. Uh, but the antibodies are taken from any person or any animal and prepared in them, and that serum is given as an vaccine, as that prepared antibodies are administered. So they are, for example, anti-snake venom. The animals which which had a snake bite will produce some antibodies in it. So those antibodies from the animals has taken as a serum, and it is given to the persons who are affected by the snake bite. So the ready-made antibodies are given to the person. So that is called as artificial passive immunity. And another type of immunity are miscellaneous. One is innate immunity, second is acquired immunity, third is miscellaneous immunity. In the miscellaneous immunity, the combined immunization will be there, means they will be giving passive immunity and active immunization. Simultaneously, both passive and active immunity is given to the person. Ante we are stimulating the person uh, uh, and causing the immune response in the body. At the same time, we are giving passively the antibodies also at a time simultaneously. So that is called as combined immunization. And next is the local immunity. What is a local immunity? Natural infections the viral vaccine is administered orally or intranasally. So locally they are administered. For example, the site of entry of the bacteria through to the gastrointestinal tract is mouth. So, and gut mucosa and nasal entry. So the vaccine is given at the um, orally or at the nasal level, and especially the immunoglobulin IgA is given in this way. Locally the immunity is developed. Whenever the local immunity develops and the pathogens will not pass from there to inside, so at the door itself the bacteria or the microorganism is arrested. So in this way the local immunity helps. And next is the herd immunity. Herd immunity is, herd means community. So immunity by the community, and it refers to overall resistance development by the community. Many people in the community, more than 60%, nearly 80% of the community has to get this immunity. Then only the epidemic will be reduced. So eradication of communicable diseases depends upon the development of high level of immunity in the community than the individual immunity. Developing individual immunity will not work in case of epidemics and pandemics. So the herd immunity, the development of immunity in the community is very important. It means the young people who are having good resistance power has to be exposed to the infections, and so they develop the immunity or production of antibodies in them, but they will not get the disease. So uh, but when they should be very careful, and they should not spread it to the other persons who are the vulnerable group. At the same time, you have to prepare the hospitals with the full equipped. Whenever this herd immunity occurs, the affected people sometimes may fall into sick and may lead to death also. So the to face that vulnerable group, to give the treatment to the vulnerable group, the things should be kept ready in the hospitals, and then allow the people to expose to the infection and get the immunity. So the getting immunity by the community as a whole is called as the herd immunity. So whenever the herd immunity develops, only the epidemics will be decreasing. For example, in case of COVID-19 also. So most of the experts are telling the same thing. Release the youth into the community and let them exposed to the COVID-19. And but they should be very careful in meeting with their elders and the vulnerable group of people, and they should take care of them. At the same time, keep all the things ready in the hospitals to face the persons who are becoming very sick and affected with that COVID-19. Nowadays, this herd immunity only helps to reduce the this epidemic or the pandemic. This is the herd immunity. Did you understand the what is combined immunization and local immunity and herd immunity? What are the miscellaneous type of the immunity? I think do you understand the problem? So with this, we finish the about the artificial immunity also. This artificial immunity is also two types: active immunity and passive immunity. Active immunity here, naturally the people are getting immunity by exposing to the infections, and in artificial immunity we are exposing the people, or we are giving the people the pathogens and making the immune response to take place. So the mechanism of the active immunity is humoral mediated immune response or antibody mediated immune response and cell mediated immune response. This is two types. And whereas another type of artificial immunity is the passive immunity. Passive immunity also, it is two types: natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. Natural passive immunity, nothing but from mother the baby will get the immunity, uh, and the artificial passive immunity means we are giving ready-made antibodies to the persons, and in that way we are uh, producing the immunity. I want to give you assignments, and first of all short notes, and what is herd immunity, and what is active immunity. Write down the passive immunity. Define the immunity. And write in detail about innate immunity. The short notes is herd immunity, active immunity, passive immunity, and the definition of immunity. Write in detail about the innate immunity, and write down the classification of immunity, types of immunity. Write down the types of immunity. So you listen well, and note down the points, and if you have any doubts you can call me, you can contact me, or either when we meet again also I will explain you what are the things you are not understanding. Okay, if you listen once or twice you will get the idea. Okay ma, thank you. Stay home and stay safe. Bye. All the best.